Good morning. Today is Saturday, March 23rd, and today we'll cover the trades, the end of week trades for TSLY, CONY, and MSTY. I apologize, it's later than usual, but Saturday videos are always going to be a little later than usual because, ROD got to sleep in a little, getting up at 3, 4 a.m. every day, not can only go so long. But if I do get up early, obviously on Saturdays, I will release it, hopefully a little earlier than this. But anyway, let's get to it. So TSLY first. So basically what you're looking at, they closed 2 positions and they opened new positions for next week. So this is nothing to do with the synthetic. It's just for the weekly calls. So they did a BC, buy to close, and you see the execution price. So if you're getting familiar with the execution price, you see that it's under $1, right? So typically, if the execution price is under $1, then this is a win. So obviously, it looks good. And then they sold calls for next week, which, again, if you look at the execution price, you can get an idea, okay, are they close to the money? They are not. But they did use 2 strike prices, which, is better than 1. But anyway, we can't really tell much until we get to the handy dandy spreadsheet. So first off, the synthetic, again, they did not add anything to either synthetic. They have 2 synthetic positions, a 170 and a 175, both expire May 17th. If you hear some background noise, that's just the rain because I'm in the garage, again, just to get some privacy to make this video. So anyway, the 175 synthetic is not, it would be a loss if they sold it, a loss of 3.2 million. But again, this expires in May, so it's irrelevant at this point. Tesla price is at 170.83. This strike is at 175. The 170 strike, however, is worth 6.5 million should they have to roll it and use that income to generate a distribution for the following month. So you never know. All right, anyway, let's move on to the fun stuff, the March tab. So how did Tesla do yesterday? Well, not the best. It went down 1.15%. Tesla's having its battles left and right. But it ended at 170.83. And sure enough, for the weekly calls, that's kind of what we needed. So perfect world. And then if we look at TSLY, oddly enough, it closed at the same exact price as the day prior. So no loss, no gain. All right, so now let's take a look at the contracts here. So, last week they sold calls 6% out of the money, 3% out of the money, right? And they made $1.70, $1.80, and they only had to pay 8 cents, 71 cents to close it. So last week's calls were very profitable. They made 1.8 million and 3.3 million. So good job, TSLY fund manager. All right, this week's calls, these expire March 28th. And if you look, you're like, 322 to 328, that's not 7 days, that's 6 days. Well, Good Friday's coming up, so we got 4 trading days next week. I'm not off work, though. I guess I'm happy the stock market people can enjoy their day. But anyway, let's get to it. They have the same split of contracts, too. I don't know if that's just lazy or they just figured, or they probably closed one and did one and then closed the other and did the other. Who knows? But anyway, they split it up and they chose 2 strikes, 172.50 and 175. 172.50, which is it's the larger of the 2. That's under 1% out of the money. That's 0.98% out of the money. And then they have the 175 strike. That's 2.44% out of the money. So these are tight. So they're not expecting any good news for Tesla. Cash and treasuries, let's take a look at this. Well, overall, cash and treasuries went up 8.1 million. Why? Well, if you look how much they made on this transaction, on the new weekly calls, made about 10 million, right? So that's pretty damn good. And obviously they had to pay some money to close out the other position. They paid about 2.2 million or so. So, that's where that change in, this balance sheet goes. So Outstanding shares 44,750,000. I feel like that number never changes. Income from the weekly calls 24.5 million, and this number matters because this number is key for us getting paid. Distribution from that 55 cents. Daily income 4 cents a day. Daily yield 0.25%. That's our sweet spot. We want 0.25% per day. All right, active tab. Well, we covered most of this, but again, heading into next week, 4 trading days, 30,325 contracts, 172.50, 0.98% out of the money, 11,635 contracts, 175 strike, 2.44% out of the money. So again, these calls be tight. If Tesla has any type of good news, we are going to lose out on most of the appreciation. But again, we don't know. Tesla could keep going down. Tesla could stay flat. Who knows? All right, Tesla price, we're looking at 170.83. 30-day IV is 53.46%. 30-day charts still suck. And TSLY is at 1572. So if Tesla had a great week next week and flew to the moon, I'm showing we would only capture 0.22, 22 cents, and which essentially we wouldn't even hit $16. So yes, very, very limited upside going into next week. Earnings is coming up soon. Where did I put earnings? Did I delete that? Oh, it's down here. Earnings is 417. So again, they got like a few more weeks to worry about that. Maybe they think Tesla is going to stay flat, but there's always something that happens, news that comes out for Tesla. The picture, the emoji is a bear because we need to be Tesla bears next week. If you're a Tesla shareholder, you are a bear. You are bearish on the stock because you really need it to stay flat or down. So, there's not much room for movement. So, again, my opinion on the strikes, if you want it, I don't like it. It's too tight. 53% IV, you can go out a little further, man. Go out, scatter these a little. But again, it's just, I'm kind of like talking to a dead horse here. And to be honest, I'm doing my own Tesla trading at this point. So my plan is to utilize my TSLY money to trade, TSLL, which is the leverage fund. So, I'm not gonna care as much what they do. I'll still cover it, but it's not gonna have a as much of an impact on me because they're gonna do what they do. This is what they do. All right, Curve, they have 80 contracts, 230 strike, 34.64% out of the money. Their expiration date is after earnings, okay? So what are they going to do? Are they going to roll this down? I mean, Tesla price is what? $60 under their strike. Is Curve at least roll it to 230 and capture some more premium, right? Why not? Because even if they have a wonderful earnings, you figure 200 would be the spot, right? Are they going to hit 230 before 419? I don't know. I'd be curious to see what Curve does with this strike price. It doesn't look like they're doing much. They sell a monthly call, 2 monthly, or 2 months out, and that's pretty much it. Not very active. I mean, that's my opinion. They're not earning 0.99%. They touch it once or twice a month. I mean, once or every 2 months. Like, come on, bro. All right, synthetic income. Again, we're at a loss for TSLY, 171 million. Short call income, though, very good, 24.5 million. So as of right now, we're looking at 55 cents per share. We're getting closer to that 80 cents. Everyone expects 80 cents, but, we're probably not going to hit it. Let's be realistic. We're probably going to hit maybe 70 cents if we're lucky. However, here's the problem. Here's the problem that I see. So if we go to the March tab, what's our break even next week? Our break even, the lowest, is 175.17, okay? And then if you look at our synthetics, so say we close, above or at the break even or a little above the break even, right? Then we're not gonna make any money. We're gonna lose all of that money, that $10 million. So that'll drop our weekly call income, and then guess what? The synthetic they expire in May. I mean, I guess they could roll them if they needed the money, but as of right now, there's, this synthetic income is bad. So they're kind of reliant on the weekly income, which is maybe why they took such a risk on the tight calls. But if the tight calls don't work out, then, the monthly income is not going to support, what they get paid, what we get paid. And someone mentioned to me on a comment, or I think it was a video comment, that the call credit that they get, that's how they pay. That's what they use to pay, right? So, if we use that, I didn't even check this. Let's just say and this is in reference to, just what they make off the bat, regardless of the outcome, okay? So if you take that number divided by outstanding shares, you would be looking at 94 cents. Yeah, that's definitely not happening. So, some of this call credit could have been from last month. So, if we take this income, it subtracts out M4 to M6. Yeah, so M4 to M6. So we'd only want the formula up to M7. So maybe it looks a little more reasonable. So if we take this number minus, sorry guys, this. If you guys saw what I had to type on, you'd be laughing. It's so small. All right, so that's the number, 27 million. So if we take 27 million, divide that by outstanding shares, come on. We get 60 cents. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, because, if they, regardless of how the weekly calls end up, if they pay us simply on what they make, then we're looking at 60 cents so far. So, well, it's kind of like around the range. We said 55, so we'll see, We'll see, though, guys. I don't know if I'm going to cover that going forward, but I don't even believe that's what they pay anyway. But anyway, outstanding holdings. Nothing really covered here. Again, we have 4 trading days next week, so we'll see how that goes. But it's at 704 million. The NAV is at 1573, and the trade price is at 1572. So if you want a penny discount, now is your chance. Okay. All right, let's get into CONY. Crypto. Okay, 2 transactions. Very simple. I like it, especially when I get home late from baseball practice. So they had a BC and an SS. BC is buy to close. So they closed out the weekly call, expired 3/22. And they did an SS, short sale, sold call for 1 week out. All right, you see what they had to pay and you see what they made. So it looks close, but let's see how, on the spreadsheet, if they made money. Obviously, they didn't touch the synthetic, but currently coin is priced above their synthetic position. They only have one. It's the only normal fund with one synthetic. They could make 9.3 million if they decided to roll, but they would not roll because they would typically wait till they make much, much more. And they don't need to roll, to be honest. TSLY, another story. All right, coin. Coin went down 2.48%. CONY went down 0.32%. Overall for the week, it was like a pretty crazy week. But, coin's hanging in there. CONY's hanging in there. Like, this fund has been doing outstanding. If you own this fund, like, you're just, you have a different opinion on YieldMax. Like, versus if you just own TSLY, obviously you're not, it's not been a great experience. If you own CONY from the beginning, you're like, oh my God, YieldMax can work. This can work. But it's unfortunate that everyone judges YieldMax on TSLY, which is very unfair, in my opinion. Judge it on CONY. Judge it on MSTY. Judge it on MZ. Okay? Anyway, get back to the focus here. So they paid $325 to close the 257.50, the top one, and then 14.45, which, that was earlier in the week that they had to close because people sold out of the fund. But if you look, the 325 is less than the 450, so guess what? They were in profit. So for this week in total, they made about 1.3 million in income. So that's pretty good, considering, look at this. They went 6% out of the money. They got balls, man. 6% out of the money. And they made a profit. So CONY fund manager knew something. And then let's look at the new. Let's going into next week. So again, 4 days, 4 trading days. They used one strike again. They said, no, we ain't scattering. Screw you. But they chose a 267.50 strike. That's 4.69% out of the money. I mean, you are brash as hell, man. You go from 6% out of the money to 4% out of the money. I don't know. That's a little too close for comfort, in my opinion. But maybe the crypto bull run is taking a break. I mean, I thought there was a bad move last week, and they got it right. So we'll see. Cash and treasuries. Cash is still negative, man. Fix this. Fix it. But anyway, overall, cash and treasuries went down 268,000. And weekly income is still a debit, but a much lesser debit, 5.6 million. So we distribution wise, nothing from the weekly income alone. If we go to the active tab, how do we look for next week? We talked about this, but let's cover it again. 14,775 contracts, which is all of them, 267.50, 4.69% out of the money. Expiration date, again, 3/28, 4 trading days. Coin price, 255.51, 30-day IV, 85.82, 30-day chart, amazing. And then CONY price is 28.01. So we could capture $1.31 next week, which is not much, but it's still, that would, we're up so much. It's like, I don't know. It's hard to get angry. My reaction, this is the crypto chart. I guess this is the expectation for next week. I couldn't find a flat chart, so I can only find one that goes down. There's very limited emojis. I'll have to venture out to see if I can get more emojis for my videos. But yeah, I guess the crypto bull run is a crypto bear run for next week. Who knows? We'll see what they did in MSTY in a second. Payment info. Again, their synthetic income is 87.4 million. Short call debit now shrank, so their net income is 81 million. Again, pretty good. Now, take a look at this. Total income per share, 607. Oh my God. So if they made the NAV flat, they could still pay 399. Again, they're probably at this point, they're gonna, crypto halving is in April, so there could be a massive sell-off after that whole halving thing. I have no idea, but to be honest, I would think they're gonna pay the $2 mark. They're not gonna pay $3. I mean, they're probably gonna preserve some of the NAV for the future months, which would be a smart idea. But I'm just showing you they could technically pay $3.99 and be equal. At least that's what I show, But who the hell am I? All right, let's go to outstanding holdings. Again, not much to talk about because we have 4 trading days, but we'll just mention the net asset value, which is at 377.2 million. The NAV is at $28, and the trade price is at 28.01. So we'll see going into next week. Big week coming up. 4 days though. All right, MSTY. Okay. 4 transactions, similar to the other 2. No synthetic play, just weekly call play. So BC, buy to close, which you look at the execution price, clearly they're winning. And then if you look at the new 2 down below, they're making more money. They're selling calls. 1 strike though, 1,800. Is that a smart move? Let's take a look. MSTY people don't even give a damn. They're so happy. They're like, man, we're making bank. All right, 1,700 is their only synthetic. They have 188 contracts. Right now, they're priced below the 1,700. So if they rolled this, they would pay 3.3 million, which again is irrelevant because that expires April 19th. Again, the synthetic position is just there to mimic the movement of the underlying stock. And, what we were told by Jay Pestricelli is they can only go out so far, with limitation, but typically they do want to go out further in expiration date. But anyway, look at mstr. It went down 4.77%. MSTY went down 4.89%, which it's still at, 38 bucks. So look at that. Amazing. All right. Weekly calls. Let's recap from last week. They had some tight calls. They went 3.79% out of the money last week, and we were like, yeah, right. We're going to get killed. And look at this. Look at this. 9 cents to close, 15 cents to close. So the profit they made is unbelievable. And keep in mind, this profit is for much, much less shareholders. So they're making what? 188,000, boom. 739,000, boom. 1.6 million, boom. 98,000, boom. 4 for 4. So they have flipped the script and they are now winning on their weekly calls. So great job for last week's. Now let's look at this week. So they have one strike price. They split it up. They got 2 different prices for each 21 contracts separate from the 167. Lowest break even is 1846, but they went 18% out of the money. CONY went much tighter than MSTY. Typically, these kind of follow suit. These fund managers talk to each other. Or it could be the same fund managers. So maybe they see something in MSTY or mstr that they don't see in coin. I don't know. But anyway, that brought in another 800,000. So if they win that one, good job. Cash and treasuries overall went up 2.7 million. So yeah, solid. Hopefully there's no delay in this video. I restarted my phone yesterday. I know yesterday had a delay. Ooh, outstanding shares. Looks like it went up 825,000, closing into that $1 million mark. Total income, $1 million on the weekly income. So they are making money. And guess what? If they pay just the weekly call income, we're still happy. We'd get $1.26. Again, I say we. I don't own MSTY because I'm dumbass. Daily income, 6 cents a day. Daily yield, 0.15%. So, what else can you say? What else can you say, man? All right. Going into next week, again, 4 trading days. All the contracts, 188 of them, 1,800 strike, 18.19% out of the money. Expiration date is Thursday, March 28th. Mr. Price, 1523. 30-day IV, looks like it went down a little, 139%. 30-day chart, outstanding. MSTY price, 3810. Their earnings is late April, so we don't have to worry about that yet. But potential capital gains for next week, 693. Wow. It could be up to like 45 bucks. I did not change the reaction because the MSTY fund manager looks like a very smart man, and that is him. He goes into work, and that's what he looks like. But we don't care because he's making us money, right? But yeah, that's the picture I have. Who knows? All right, ready for this? You ready? Oh, I already put on the screen. Let me get it out of the way. All right, here we go. Synthetic income, 8.9 million. Short call income. Yes, short call income, 1 million. Net income total, 9.9 million. Guess what? You only have to share it with 825,000 people. And here it is. Total income per share, $12.11. We are now up to $12.11 of total income per share. Again, weekly income alone, $1.26. What would that yield? Again, they're not going to pay you the full 12, but let's just say they did. 12.11 annualized. We're looking at 145.33 for the year. So if you look at the current price, 38.10, that yields 381%. So that's outstanding. What if you bought it? What was the launch price, right? Was the launch price like 20? I don't even know. It was around 20, right? Let's just take even 22. So if you do equals 22 divided by the 145, come on here. Da-da-da. Not right. It's the other way around. Sometimes, yeah, it's hard to think. We take this. The number's so big, can't even think. Oh my God. If your average is $22 and they paid out the full income, that's your yield. Why didn't I buy it at launch? God damn, man, I would be making some shorts on that. I still should anyway. But so yeah, not only would you have 100% profit essentially, you would make a 660% yield. Wow. Congrats, MSTY owners. I'm not hating. Again, I thought I had enough crypto exposure in CONY. That was my opinion. And I did not. I should have jumped in. But anyway, woulda, coulda, shoulda, who cares? Outstanding holdings. The net asset value, 31.4 million. The NAV, 38.13. Trade price, 38.10. All right. So what, you get a 3-cent discount. But the big story here today is MSTY is an outstanding fund doing outstanding things. Sure, the people that hate the fund, like, oh, look at Mr. doing so much better. Again, this is an income fund, regardless, right? So if it's producing 600% yield and producing 100% capital gains, what bad can you say about this? Like, come on, come attack MSTY, come attack CONY. Like, it's just so old. It's getting old, man. Understand how the funds work and then talk smack. All right. But anyway, we're not here to complain about that. We're here to cover the fund, and that's it. Let's get straight to it. So that's the end of it. Those are the calls heading into next week. And all three funds, I'll say it, perfect week, man. Perfect week. Next week is crazy. They went tight on CONY and TSLY. Not so much MSTY, but, so we're hoping kind of like a bearish week for CONY, for COIN and Tesla. But as a Tesla shareholder, I'm not. So, again, I'm I'm on both sides of the fence, Still own some TSLY, but I own more of Tesla. All right, so that's the summary for the week. If you guys enjoy this content, please remind me by clicking the like button. That's all I ask. Pretty simple. Obviously, if you're driving, wait till you get to work or wait till you get to your destination and then hit that like button. If you want to help the channel, if you want to help me out further, all I ask is you could share the video, right? Wherever, to your friends, your family, or Facebook group, I don't know, wherever. Because, it's a slow growing channel. It's pretty basic. I record videos mostly on my phone. I don't edit anything and I speak the truth, and it's been working well. So I'd like to keep it that way. But yeah, so that's that. Outside of that, as always, guys, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These videos are for fun and entertainment. So hopefully it was fun. This video was fun. I had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. But it was a great week. So congratulations to all, if you own all three, you're pretty happy. Again, Tesla's in the slump, but the crypto ones are doing outstanding, and you're going to make a lot of money next month. So especially like if you're retired and you own these funds, you're getting like a bonus, man. You get to take your wife and kids out. You get to do something special, and that's what it's all about. It's not all, So, or you can just put it to the side for when you get paid less in future months. Kind of like the NAV reserve that they do, right? You can reserve your income for future months should you get paid less. So the options are unlimited. These funds are just amazing. Again, we pay 0.99% for what? They do options. They do options for us. And they make decisions that we would not have the balls to make. Let's be honest, right? So that's why we pay them, Not to mention, you can't do options on MSTR. Who's got that kind of bankroll? I know I don't. I sell one put on that, I'm broke. That'll wipe out all, everything. I don't even think I'd be selling the house for that put. But yeah, so that's why we do it. That's why we pay them. So, and it's been working out well. Again, there's one bad apple. That's TSLY, because Tesla has not performed well. Simple as that. Look at the others, all right? What others have gone bad? GUI's maybe not doing that well. Okay, so ORC, But, overall, all in all, these funds have been doing well. So I think they'll be around for quite some time. And I'm happy to cover them. I'm happy to cover other funds too. Maybe not as frequently, but I'm here to, help out, educate. That's all it's about. I don't care what you guys invest in. I don't care if you hate these funds. I don't care if you love these funds. It's just all about income. That's it. We're on the same boat. We want to make money. And, that's it. Anyway, I got to go. That's enough of a rant. and enjoy your weekend. I'll be posting some videos this weekend about options trading, swing trading. I'll try to get out a FEPI update. I know people were asking me for that, so I'll try to do that. And obviously my Defiance video tomorrow morning. I'll see how they did. And then we'll go from there. All right. Thanks again for watching. I'm out of here. Later.